Salakia. All right. Brakatayawa, Brakatayawa Shai, Brakatayawa, Brakatayawa Shai, Brakatayawa, Brakatayawa Shai, Call Halim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, taught us the truth. Honors and salutations to the elect and to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because they shall arise first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son. The Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he's the deliverer, because he's come and deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. My name is Mark Allah Ben Gab Ben Yasharala. Salaki with the Church of Philadelphia camp here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, come back at you with another one. And the title of the lesson says, we're coming to a famine. This is an update, a snap update, benefits. And I got this article here. It's from 2 days ago with Trump. It says the Trump administration warns grocery stores against offering discounts to SNAP recipients. All right. Hold on, Salaki. Put this on. Do not disturb. That's good. That's the spread. I just see my brother video pop up, but check it out. See that right there? Trump administration warns grocery stores against offer. It says, hold on. It says offering discounts to SNAP recipients. Now, that's Jacob's trouble because it's coming to that famine. Matter of fact, I think that's what I put in the title too. It's going because famine coming here. All right. So everything is geared towards Jake. All right, but mainly this whole place. That's how I know Esau don't even care about his own people because he have a lot of those people that's on those assistant programs. All right, so it's going to be a major effect, and it's could usher in civil unrest. And all they're doing is taking away the benefits so that you'll come running to them. Same thing with Yahweh Shah when they was trying to tempt him, or when they said, "I'll give you all this." And he said, "Man shall not live by bread alone, man." So he already showed us how to conquer this hour of temptation that we're coming into. All right, when he came in the Roman Empire. Let me read this article, a little bit of it. It says, the government shutdown has affected federal employees as well as beneficiaries of welfare. See that? Welfare schemes. They're getting tired of you niggas, man. And rightfully so. Hey, because you went to Esau for help, benefits, and all that. You so-called black women, you nigger women, and abuse it, and you abuse their benefits, and then listen to Yahweh Shem Yahshua's benefits. So hey, man, it's being taken away from you to the point where you're gonna run to him to get that thing in your arm, or your right hand, or your forehead, or wherever you get it out on your body, But it says Department of Agriculture, and matter of fact, it says the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, has sent a directive to grocery stores prohibiting them from offering discounts to the recipients of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and that's SNAP, man. All right, so what they want you to do, they want you to snap. Hey, call out y'all Bashir outside, Bashir Crocodiles. That's what they want you to do. And you go out there and do it. Because if you look at years ago, I want to say over maybe like 10 years ago, when Alex Jones was really, he's still, heavy whistleblower. But he was going into the Department of Agriculture, buying up all these rounds of ammunition, right? Well, you see here, because they had this planned already. So they know Jake going to try to run up in things. They're going to have military all that in there. They're going to gun you down for trying to come run up in something instead of bowing down to their program, their agenda, man. That's what this is about with them. All right, because they know Yahweh Shah is coming back. All right, it says snap. It says snap amid the government shutdown. A snapshot, a snapshot of an email. That's funny, man. It says a snapshot of an email from the USDA was shared by X by Catherine Rampel. the co-host of MSNBC's The Weekend, which showed the department instructed the stores not to treat SNAP EBT customers definitely differently than any other customers. The directive comes from the benefit payments have been put on hold by President DJ Trump, all right, Nero administration amid the federal government shutdown. So hey man, listen, we're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. It's only going to get worse. All right, so the snap. Hold on, let me see something. See how long this article is, because I don't want to read the whole thing. All right, it's not that long, so I'll read the whole thing. All right, and I got one scripture that I want to bring out. Where we at? All right, here we go. It says the SNAP EBT electronic benefit transfer has been a major piece of the U.S. Social safety net since 1964, and it's electronic. It's electronic, right? And everything is they're trying to move everything to digital. So they've been had these plans, and the people that they signed up for it, they got them so dependent on it. It's like a person that gets somebody hooked on a drug, right? They become dependent on it, so they got to keep coming to them, even when they try to cut it off. So they do whatever they want to those people. And they know, oh, they're still going to come. That's why you got to go to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Bashim Kakodas. The hell with they with their agendas and what they have going on, because ultimately you know what's coming. The Lord's coming back. He's going to deliver his people, his men, starting with his elect. So you don't got to go running the Esau for nothing, man. All right, they could keep everything. Yahweh Shah showed you that, man, when he was tempted on the mountain. Matter of fact, let's keep going. It says U.S. social safety net since 1964, and according to Newsweek, it helps nearly 42 million Americans. See that? 42 million Americans to buy groceries, originally known as the Food Stamp Program. It serves low-income individuals. It serves low-income individuals, many of whom don't have jobs or enough money for necessities. Hey, Shalom, bro. Yabashir Shabrakatah. It says the program came into focus after Trump Nero administration announced that it would freeze SNAP payments starting on November 1st. And now where we at? What date is this? We're in the 6th. Okay? The number of a man. We're in the 6th. Check this out. It says, following the freeze, several food delivery apps and grocery store chains sought to offer discounts to SNAP recipients. This how you know this is Jacob's trouble when we're about to go into. All right, because look, it says following the freeze, several food delivery apps and grocery store chains sought to offer discounts to SNAP recipients whose payments were delayed. Reported the reported the New Republic. All right, so they was trying to look out for these people, but they got a freeze on that. They don't even want them giving them people discounts. All right, because you abuse the benefits, man. These people abuse the benefits of Esau. All right, and the Lord is about to, his judgment. And then while you abusing and being so comfortable with these benefits not being taken away, the Lord is leaving his men, right? So who are you going to choose? You're going to choose Esau, or you're going to choose the men of the Lord? All right. And then you got to find out. You got to know who they are, because the Lord is going to reveal them, man, real soon. All right. Very soon, the Lord is going to reveal his men, man. And he's protecting them. And he always has. That's why you got all these different, everybody's coming back into their own lot. All right. To fulfill what? Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaRachakodash is playing his will right here on earth, man. That's why Yahweh Shah told us to pray the Lord's Prayer. What it said, the will in heaven as it is on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. That's it. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. As it is in heaven, as it is on earth, man. Same way in heaven, you want on earth, man. All right, check it out. It says, now the USDA has reportedly stepped in to prevent grocery stores from offering such discounts. That's crazy. It says, according to Snapshot shared on X, well, that's Twitter, the email formerly known as Twitter, It says, according to the snapshot shared on X, the email said SNAP EBT retailers must comply with the SNAP equal treatment rule. As as per reports, the directive requires grocery stores to sell eligible food items to SNAP EBT customers at the same prices and under the same conditions as the other shoppers. So, hey, man, they not playing with you niggas. Cause you was going there grabbing all these crabs, shrimps, lobsters. You know, the nigga woman, man. You know? So they're taking away your the so-called glory here, man. All right, hold on. It's a little bit more, you know. That's how I know famine's coming to this place, man. Famine, and they're making sure because they already, if you've been paying attention to everything that's been going on, which we've been warning you about, warning you about. With Bill Gates is the biggest um farmer on the planet right now. He bought up all the farmlands, and he's telling those people to kill all their livestock and this and that, and make the what's that Beyond Meat and the meat that they make for themselves. You know, lab tested meat. You know, but you've been eating this bullshit and you ain't even know it. But now the devil's just telling you what you're doing. You know, if you want to keep continuing to do that and you don't want to turn your eye bashim outside, bashim or chakodash, that's on you, man. It says offering discounts or services only to SNAP eligible customers is a SNAP violation unless you have a SNAP equal treatment waiver. The email reads. It says according to Rand Paul, at least two stores that offered discounts to the affected SNAP recipients had to stop after receiving the email. They were trying to look out. The Lord is putting the clamps on this places, man. On this place, all right. It says announcing the freeze on SNAP payments. The Trump administration or Nero administration argued that it could use a $5 billion contingency fund to help keep the program running. As per AP News, the administration argued that the fund was needed for emergencies like natural disasters. However, last week, you're going to see a lot of those too, natural disasters. It says, however, last week, after lawsuits from 25 states were filed, the federal judges ruled that the government must pay for food stamps at least partially using a contingency fund. The contingency fund. The federal government is expected to appeal against the ruling, and the payments will be delayed further by 1 week or 2 weeks. Even if we get immediate guidance, it will unfortunately be delayed while states get the money out. President Trump Nero wrote on the Truth Social after the ruling, adding the government's lawyers did not think the administration had legal authority to pay for SNAP with the available money reported, and that's going into the Newsweek, right? So basically, with that, that's going to cause a famine, right? A famine of the food, and it tells you in Second Ezra's. Let me grab that real quick. And all they're doing is they don't want Jake, because it's all about Jacob's trouble. All right, this is all about Jacob's trouble and the downfall of Babylon. All right, that's what the Lord ordained to this place. Okay, so hold on, let me get this real quick. Second Ezra's, because they putting the clamps on your food. Why? Because they want you to call out to them. That's the whole thing. The same thing they did with Yahweh. All right, start here. Let's see. Con, here we go. Con, con, con. This is our Second Ezra chapter 16, and then start at verse 18, because it's the beginning of things. All right, it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine, which we said that's why they're cutting these SNAP benefits off and all that. And it's really geared towards Jake, but they don't care about their own people, like I said. So it's going to affect them as well because the super rich is just going just between the haves and the have-nots right now, man. And the scriptures always talk about the poor man. All right, when the poor man is actually rich, what the Lord told us. All right, the poor man is us Israelites. You know, check it out. It says, Second Ezra 16-18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. We're seeing all this, man. Just like that UPS plane crash over there in Louisville, which I want to do something on that. You know, the Lord is really bringing this place to his knees, and it's about time, man. It's about time for the pride of this place. This place needs to go down. It says, power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do? And if the regular people, the regular citizens are in fear, how much more the people that's running this place? Because they're being terrified by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Chakodas personally, man, right now. It says, what shall I do when these evils shall come? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for a minute. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they think themselves to be in good cause. And I just seen something on the video. They said, oh, no food stamps and this, that. So we're taking it back to these prices. $5 lamb over rice. And they saying because that even went up. You go down here in Center City, Philadelphia, man, try to get your lamb over rice platter, that shit go for like $8, $9. Now they're trying to take it back to $5. So that's victuals, Victuals, such stuff that you need, your necessities. It says it's going to be so good cheap, right? Second Ezra 16-21 says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good cause. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. You see that? Sword, famine, and great confusion. That's what's coming there, man. It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down, man. And like people running up in these stores and everything, they're going to have no choice but to close their doors, and just close their doors. That's why I got all the ammunition and things like that. And hey, it's about to get rough out here, man. Yo, come, brother. Dean. That's why you got what's that, Walmart? They got they want to close their doors to the point where they're saying that you only can order like Uber Eats or DoorDash, whatever. Everything's going to be delivered. You ain't going to be physically able to run up in them stores. Of course, they got all the plans ready, man. The grinding is ceasing. The famine is coming. But, the hour of temptation is here coming. It's about to more intensify. So just reading Matthew, when Yahweh went through that hour of temptation, he beat it. All right? And that was given to us for us to do the same thing, Lord's willing, if we are be a part of that number. So, Lord's willing, this was edifying. Got something out of it. Stay strong, man. Stay in the word. To the next lesson, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. To the next lesson, I'm going to say Mawafa Babu Ball, Kwam Yasharal. Shalom. Stay up. Wow.